a great matchup on paper tonight. Utah State at home against Nevada. First half, just like we thought it might be. 28-27, Utah State over Nevada here at halftime. Leading scorers at halftime. And Joe, anything here surprise you when you look at the leading scorers of these two teams?
Well, Cole Huff, the super sophomore for Nevada, had a great game against Utah State in Reno with 16. Butterfield does not surprise me at all. The guy that just seems to be struggling in the last two games is Preston Midland, not even tallying a basket for the Aggies so far.
David Carter, the head coach for Nevada, the Wolfpack, there he is. The blue tie at 5th year, 8th on the all-time win list. This guy's a pretty good player too, Joe. In college, played at St. Mary's. He was a 4-year starter.
Well, he's a good basketball guy. He's worked under some great coaches. He's got a great feel for the game. And you just knew when they were going to get everyone back healthy and they got A.J. West eligible, they were going to be pretty good. And they are pretty good.
It'll be the Aggies ball to start the second half. Pete Shaw down low, wide open, Medlin a three. He's not going to miss too many of those. Biggest lead of the game for Utah State.
Well, the Aggies really taking advantage of that double team on the low block. They ran Davis to the basket and stepped Midland in right behind him, and a nice pass by Shaw out of there to get Midland his first basket.
Utah State had momentum down the stretch first half, looking to keep it going in the second. Rowland steps into a three. That's good.
Look out, look out. If the Aggies get going here at home, back-to-back threes, after only going 1 for 3 in the first half, both of them came off a great execution out of half court.
And you figured, especially at home, a matter of time before those threes start falling. Burton tries to respond. He does.
Cool as a cucumber. The thing I like about this kid, never, ever changes expressions, good, bad, or indifferent.
Like this coach said, he loves to play basketball. Shows when he's on the court. Butterfield had that great first half. Feeds to Kyle Davis. He backs in. Shot block from behind. Big shot block again for Nevada.
A.J. West kind of coming over late. That was not a double team. That was just West getting there from the weak side.
And Perez responds at the other end for Nevada. So 2 quick hoops.
And that's a dagger in Stu Morrill's heart there. After the other team, after you score, they come straight back and get an easy basket out of transition, going inline to inline almost.
Medlin feeds in the paint to Davis. Can't get the shot off near the rim, and it falls into the hands of a Nevada player.
Boy, big presence, 2 possessions in a row by A.J. West.
Going to be an offensive foul. It is on Burton. A little out of control, perhaps, on that drive.
It'll be interesting. Let's see where the feet of the defender were, if they were inside. No, they were outside of the little arc there, so a good call by the officials. That's about as much emotion as you'll see there. Just a little smirk like, you know, I don't completely buy into that.
And that's going to be a foul away from the basketball on Shaw. Illegal pick thrown, the big guy down low. 2 fouls on Shaw.
The Aggies have always, and that guy right there, really worked the baseline. Boy, they set a multitude of screens along that baseline. And if you don't get set, that's exactly what's going to happen. But they make it tough when you're trying to chase shooters out of there, running you off all those baseline screens.
Burton to pull up with a jumper here. It's off the back. It's no good. Aggies pushing it back to the way. Rowland got the start at point tonight. He's going to fire the 3. That one's way off. Shaw's there. Got fouled. He got shoved from behind. He'll get free throws.
As I said at halftime, Utah State leads the league in rebound differential, and one of the things you better do when you play the Aggies and a Stu Morrill coach team is you better bring a lunch and a lantern when that ball goes up on the glass, because it's an all-day affair. They go after all of them.
Jared Shaw, an excellent free throw shooter. How about 84%? Notice that one short. He's 3rd in the conference in free throw shooting.
Well, you just hexed him, Jared.
Yep.
Good job there.
I'm good at that.
Score. Yeah, you are.
Ronnie Stevens back in for the Wolfpack.
Jared Shaw, 19 double-doubles last year in the Western Athletic Conference. First team all WAC. little step up, I'd say, in talent, though, to the Mountain West Conference. No disrespect to the WAC, but they've stepped up into one of the best basketball leagues in America.
There's a pass down low. Moore had the steal, but the Wolfpack get it back. Huff down the lane. He'll get the runner and a foul as well. Boy, it looked like the Aggies off and running. Instead, Nevada comes back with a basket.
Well, a great play by Ronnie Stevens. A great hustle play to retain that possession. And Cole Huff going straight to the basket to lay it up. Will give a great pat on the back to Ronnie Stevens, giving it up, going full length on the floor.
Cole Huff a free throw. He's a good free throw shooter, 80% this year. Part-time starter a year ago. Full-time starter this season. Got the three-point play. That's a big series there for the Wolfpack.
Well, I think Cole Huff is one of the up-and-coming stars in this league. I think he'll have a good year. He's having a good year this year. I think the next two, he's got a chance to be an all-league player.
They just got up by 7, and now the Wolfpack come back to cut it to 1. Man-to-man defense. We saw Nevada throw a zone out there a couple times first half.
Well, they're mostly a man-to-man game preparation type team, but they will play some zone.
Butterfield will get to the free throw line. And the foul whistled there against Huff. So here's Spencer Butterfield, the senior out of Loomis, California. Very good free throw shooter. He hits over 80%. And he'll hit that one.
Well, he's a good scorer in general. He's had 16 double-digit scoring games this year, and not only a good three-point shooter. We've talked about his rebounding prowess for a kid 6'3".
It's 1 of 2, so the Aggies up by 2. Nevada had an 8-point lead first half. Evans and then Perez.
Nevada really looking to get that ball down on the low block. The Aggies doing a great job on post defense.
Perez backs it out, now tries to start the drive, pulls up on the foul line. That's off the back of the iron. And Jordan Stone the rebound.
Great possession of defense by the Aggies here. That was the best shot Nevada could get, was a step back to the left almost to 3 as the shot clock expired.
Butterfield able to finish.
Well, Cole Huff is having an awful hard time staying in front of Spencer Butterfield. That's one of those mismatches that is going the Aggies' way there. 6'8" on 6'3", and Huff is just having a hard time guarding him off the bounce.
Huff makes a move past Moore and lays it in. Boy, what a move.
And Huff returns the favor at the other end. Things are starting to, the pace of the game is starting to pick up a little bit.
I'll tell you, quick feet for those big men for Nevada. 15.5 to go in the first half. Rolling at an open look, doesn't take it. Stone's not going to shoot out there. Butterfield in three-point land.
Mismatch right now for Nevada with Deontay Moore on Stone, or Moore down low.
Butterfield with a great game. What does he him up by 4?
Well, I talked about Medlin not having a great scoring first half. He did have 5 assists, so he is certainly contributing.
Count the basket and a foul. Burton doing it again. Burton and Butterfield having quite a game tonight in Logan, Utah. Just under 15 minutes to go in the first half. Butterfield with a team high 14 leading his team. They lead by 4. Mountain West basketball on Root Sports, brought to you by your Utah Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Welcome back to the Spectrum. There's the Joe Craven's family reunion going on here. Well, the fans here, awful good fans, and that's led by the students. This is a tough place to play. Led by those students, that's the 6th man. How about Joe, the record all-time at home? Stu Morrill has won 9 out of 10 games at home over his career. Just amazing.
Well, it's one of the toughest places in college basketball to play. Not sold out tonight, which it normally is. It is really cold outside and snowy, but they always have great support here.
Jordan Stone couldn't quite get that layup to go. Wolfpack with the ball. Burton has sat out just once. That was about a 2-3 minute period back in the first half. Perez in the lane, but he couldn't finish.
With both teams missing one apiece point blank there, Perez and Stone.
Jalen Moore is in there now. Here's Medlin. He gets past a couple of players. Got the basket and a foul. Not going to count, says the official. He got fouled first. He says, hey, this is not the NBA. Don't count that.
Good ball movement there, and was close. I don't think you could have faulted him if he did call it.
So an on-shooting foul, ball to bounds for the Aggies. Davis to Medlin, and that's a three, and it's good.
What a great set play by the Aggie bench there. You knew when Medlin was taken out, he was probably going to get a down screen, and he did just that to kind of jumpstart him a little bit here this second half. That's his second three-pointer of this half.
Figured a matter of time for him. Perez is left open, steps into a three, and he got the roll.
Got the shooter's roll there.
And it looks like Nevada's going to take a quick timeout. Interesting game, 43-39. Utah State. We're back in just a moment. Utah State trying to stop a 5-game losing streak. The Edge here by 4 early in the second half. How about the inbound play we saw moments ago, Joe?
Well, Stu Morrow, always the master of half-court execution. And just to get Preston Medlin kind of back on the right track, he calls his number on this end out, and what a terrific play. They're so hard to guard at half court.
We'll always see the man taking the ball out of bounds get that shot quickly, but happened there and he knocked it down. Medlin getting warmed up. Aggies lead it 43-39.
Watch him go back to Medlin now, maybe on some kind of set. Now he's got it going. 2 made threes for this half.
And we got a foul again away from the basketball. Jordan Stone, illegal pick down low.
I think a guy that big, you ought to give him 4 seconds down there. It's kind of hard to move that 270 around in 3 seconds.
That's a jumper by Huff. He knocks it down. He's having a great night.
Boy, he really is. I mentioned earlier he had 16, an outstanding game when they beat the Aggies over in Reno about a month ago. He's having another great game.
17 tonight. Still got 13 minutes to go. Butterfield to Medlin. Medlin gets in and kicks out. Marcel Davis to Stone. He got fouled. Now listed on Ali Fall, the senior from Senegal.
Well, as good as Nevada has been playing half court, you see the Marquise Coleman, the sophomore there, not guarding the ball. And if you're on defense and you let the ball get driven to the paint, bad things are going to happen there. And that's exactly what happened.
Al Davis is back in for Utah State. And for the Wolfpack, this is Ronnie Stevens, a junior from Los Angeles.
It's interesting, Jerry, when I had Nevada right at the start of the conference season, they were the worst defensive team statistically in the league. And in a short time, they've turned that around. They are the best defensive team in league play. That last possession was not a very good defensive possession, but they've done a great job of guarding the paint and the basket.
It has helped the Wolfpack to get some players back and playing a bunch. Huff at the top, but he got fouled by Kyle Davis. But Nevada, it seems, once they hit the Mountain West schedule, they just took off, started playing better defensively, and the offense clicked as well.
Well, I talked to Doug Novsek, the associate head coach at Nevada, and I said, what turned it around? He said, well, getting some fresh bodies helped us. He said, but all of a sudden we started buying in and just staying in front of our man. And when you've got that length at 6'8" across that front line with long arms, that helps your defense quite a bit.
And there's the head coach, David Carter. He's also Los Angeles native. Huff has 18 points. That's 6 of 7 from the field now, and he's got 2 for 2 on this possession, the free throw line.
Well, Kyle Davis, the cardinal sin of defense is to foul a guy while he's shooting a jump shot, and you double that by fouling him when he's shooting a three-point shot.
Wolfpack got that lead down to 2. Both Davis is in there, Marcel and Kyle. Nedlin at the top for 3. Shaw had it, lost it. Burton's up with it. Burton to Perez. Spins down the lane. Hands off. Layup miss, no foul. Back up, no foul again. Medlin around a couple players, and Davis got fouled. He missed the dunk. He'll go to the free throw line.
As I said a few minutes ago, the pace of the game has picked up a little bit now after more of a half-court game that first half. Now we're getting a little up and down action. Medlin, I'm not sure, knew where he was going with that when he left his feet. Kyle Davis, a nice instinctive step into that open space there.
Well, he couldn't get the first free throw. Medlin on that pass. Couple subs in for Nevada. I don't think of Medlin as an assist guy, but he leads the team in assists.
We started the last game at the point to show you his versatility. He's a kid that missed 16 games last year. Season-ending injury, was all-conference in the Western Athletic Conference a year before that. Would have been last year, and he's rounded back into pretty good shape. He's not shot it well in the last week or two, but 2 3-pointers this half.
Aggies in a zone. Coleman got inside the paint but couldn't score. Still with the ball. Stevens won't be able to put it through. And Aggies basketball. Good defensive stand again there by Utah State. Aggies by 3. We're in the second half. Back to Logan after these messages. Adelaide. Second half the other way around. Jared Shaw. Jump hook again. He scores.
Too deep a post catch there. And for a guy 6'10" with long arms, they've got to either keep it out of his hands or push him out and not let him catch it. He had almost both feet in the paint on that catch. That's point blank for that big fella.
Shaw double figures 11. There's a nice move and a block by Shaw out of bounds. And it belonged to the Aggies. That's off of Nevada.
Bad exchange there for the Wolfpack. Too easy a catch at the other end, and then not, I don't know whether Big Huff there or Big West, A.J. West, trying to get even on that move, but not a good possession.
Berger is in there now, number 12 for Utah State. He's going to feed Shaw again. A little further out this time. Medlin got by his guy. Banks it up too strong. But the rebound, tapped out. Medlin's got it. Another offensive rebound for Utah State.
Another possession.
Kyle Davis has it blocked away.
Huff on another block. He's had a couple games where he's had 8 blocked shots.
Burton responds for the Wolfpack at the other end. Expect him to play the rest of the game. He got his 2-minute breather already in the half. And get a 3-point game.
He's got virtually all of his points in transition. I don't know if he's hit a jump shot yet.
Shaw with a quick turnaround won't go. Davis got fouled. Well, Shaw mad at himself he didn't make that, but Davis has a chance to make 2 from the free throw line.
Well, Jerry, the game kind of within the game. Remember early in the first half, pretty much the whole first half, that the Wolfpack were coming to double team Jared Shaw at halftime. Stu Morrill and his team making an adjustment where he was throwing out of that. That's how Preston Medlin got his first 3. Now Nevada has called off the double team, and Shaw is just going one-on-one down there. And I'm not sure that Nevada can handle him one-on-one.
Former Utah High School Player of the Year, Kyle Davis, makes both free throws. Coming up on 10 minutes to go in Logan. Burton walks this one up.
Nevada needs a really good possession here and get a quality shot.
And knocked out of bounds.
Well, they caught a break there because Kyle Davis had both hands in the back of Evans then, and Evans dribbled it off his foot. I thought that would have been a foul had he been able to hold on to it.
Butterfield back in.
There, again, if he holds on to it, that is a foul.
Perez sneaks inside the paint. Rebound by West. He couldn't get it to go. Perez again. And we got a foul.
Jerry, this half, Nevada has probably missed 8 shots in the paint. A couple possessions before that, they missed 3 in a row. There's one right at the rim, another putback right at the rim, and they are just kind of missing point blank.
Evans with a leaner. He got fouled. Oh, he's tough to guard, Joe. So long.
He can get it to the basket, and he can shoot it in as well. That was a play planned to get it to him, or diagram to get it to him on kind of an empty side and just let him go one-on-one.
For Jerry Evans Jr. tonight, his 98th career start. He's been a 4-year starter for this team. Double-double against Air Force. Terrific rebounder. A lefty trying to make 2 out of 2 from the line.
How about along those lines, Deonte Burton? This is his 121st straight start. He's started every game he's been on campus at the University of Nevada.
One of the great players in that team's history. Danny Berger down low. Davis fouled again. Boy, he's been busy inside, and he's be busy at the free throw line again.
Well, Davis not as long and athletic as some of the players in this league, but makes up for it with great savvy. He's really good around the basket. He's really good lower body on down, and that is a big part of post play when you have that lower body leverage.
He's making the free throws tonight. Average is almost a double-double. Can you imagine Stu Morrill getting after an official?
28 years worth of getting after officials.
Davis, 2 more. 5-point game, 9.5 to go. A good game for Kyle Davis.
They can't quite pull away. They get it to 5, and it goes back to 2 or 3. Little backdoor look to a little ISO for Perez.
Huff in the lane of the Giants, going to kick out. Evans for 3. Big basket for Nevada.
What a great pass by Cole Huff. We've talked about his scoring and his defense. That was like he was 6'3", a guard. Got it to the paint, felt the pressure. Nice draw and kick. Drew the defender, kicked it to Evans on the perimeter.
Evans has 7. Shaw double team, feeds Davis again. Couldn't get this one, got it back, put it in.
Kyle Davis having a big night there. You see that counter to that post double team. When the ball goes into the low block, they start Davis at the opposite elbow, and he breaks to the basket. He missed the first one, but got his own rebound and put it back.
Kyle Davis a double-double, 11 points and 10 boards. Evans, tough shot. Good defense. Utah State up with it.
Evans needed to kick that one back out. Like I said, he's been hunting shots pretty much all night.
Berger to Shaw, knocked away. Who else but Burton up with the ball. Burton got the foul, missed the basket.
With Kyle Davis down low. This came off of that double, and there they split him from that opposite side. Missed his first one and stayed with it. Great concentration. Never took his eyes off the rim through those 2 shots. That's what all great finishers do. Had he anticipated the hit and dropped that chin to his chest, he probably never got that second shot.
So Deonte Burton at the line. 2 big free throws here. Calmly knocks that first down.
That barely even hit the net. Boy, that was a great looking shot. Of course, if I'd shot 560 plus free throws, he's gotten a lot of practice, I guess, at that.
Number 1 in free throws attempted and made in school history. Deonte Burton. Number 3 on the scoring list, Nevada history. Got them both. 2-point game. It's, like Joe said, Nevada staying with it. Utah State unable to pull away. Butterfield spins into the paint. Ball knocked away, and that is a steal for the Wolfpack. They can tie with a 2.
One of the few mistakes Spencer Butterfield has made tonight. Kind of dribbled into a crowd, over-penetrated. Those short paint-to-paint passes are usually a disaster waiting to happen.
3 for Burton. Off the back and no good. And Medlin, did he touch it? He did. It's going to belong to Nevada. In the meantime, we've got a break in the action and a great game. 54-52, Utah State. Back in just a moment.
Kind of putting on a pretty steady performance here tonight, Jerry.
6 of 7, both the free throw line and the field goal range for Huff. His team is down 2, but they can tie, take a lead with a 3. Perez, and there's a 3 to take a lead. It's short. Stone the rebound. Didn't like the shot, did you,
That
Coach?
was a little roll and replace, but I still think they should have passed that up. Again, Evans has been hunting it all night.
And Medlin counters for the Aggies.
Well, you just knew he was not going to stay quiet for very long. Didn't have a great game at Wyoming. Started off 0 for in this game. That's his 3rd three-point shot.
Jumper foul. Jordan Stone, the big guy, big backup center, picks up the foul. Medlin getting in that rhythm. He's got a great-looking jump shot, doesn't
Boy,
he, Joe?
he really does. And he's got kind of a high release point to where he can get it off in the crowd. He's got what coaches call great lift on his shot, meaning he goes up with his elbow, not forward with his forearm, and he gets a lot of shooter rolls. He didn't need one last time. That hit the bottom.
Stone will come out. Shaw's back in there. Shaw's had a great night. There he is. He's got a double-double, his 13th in his career. West will get 1 of 2. And Ronnie Stevens back in for the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack showing great depth right now. Early in the year when they had guys ineligible, when West wasn't eligible and guys hurt, they were about 6 deep. During that time that Burton played 5 straight games without ever coming out.
Medlin, and they work it up top to Davis. Marcel down the lane. He's able to get the layup.
Great ball movement by the Aggies there.
Now a 6-point lead. Big lead has been 7. It's been in this half for the Aggies. Little step back jumper. That will not go. Shaw's there.
Nevada giving in, excuse me, Jerry, a little easy on offense, not getting great shots, while the Aggies with great ball movement getting good shots.
Maybe that wasn't such a great shot there. Burton the other way. He'll try a 3. It's short. Here comes Butterfield, 3 on 2. Got the basket and a foul.
Who else? Spencer Butterfield. So big and strong and tough, plays with such heart. Look at him. He delivers the hit, keeps his head up on the basket. As I said, all great finishers have great concentration. Watch his head up on the basket all the way till he goes out of the picture.
3rd double-double this year. He has 17 points now, 10 boards. 9-point lead, biggest lead tonight for the home team.
And if this goes below 5 minutes with this type of lead, the Aggies are awful tough to handle here on their home court.
Long 3 off the back and no good. Maybe a better shot needed for Nevada. Momentum is belonging to the Aggies at this point. 5:35 to go.
Nevada's had 4 straight possessions, one and done. A shot off 1 pass or 2 passes, no offensive rebounds, and now watch the Aggies work the clock.
They got the shot clock to 12. Shaw with that jump hook gets in again.
No double team there, and Huff just playing behind Shaw and letting the ball come in much too deep.
And the 6th man is evident now here at the Spectrum. The crowd really getting into it. Their team up now 11, and this is the biggest lead of the ball game.
Well, this is the type of Aggie basketball I'm used to seeing here on their home court. Great patience, great execution, really getting great shots and defending at the other end.
A reminder again, tickets to the 2014 Reese's Mountain West Basketball Championships are available. Visit the mw.com/2014 for ticket and team hotel information. Always a great event, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tickets available at the moment.
Las Vegas has become the mecca of college basketball tournaments. I think there's 5 different conferences down there, some of them overlapping with one another, but what a great place to hold a tournament.
Not a bad city to do that. They're great hosts, and UNLV has a lot to do with that, not just the city of Las Vegas. Let's see if Nevada can make a comeback now.
Great defense by Marcel Davis there on Perez. They ran a little ISO trying to get the ball to him.
Burton with a nice hoop off the window and down.
Boy, he is so good at taking a hit, not changing direction, not changing focus, and making the ball go in. A huge hoop for Nevada.
Yeah, that was. Cuts it to 9. And Burton having a solid night. He's got 14. 5 rebounds as well. Davis knocks it down. Boy, the Aggies really heating up offensively.
Marcel Davis, back-to-back baskets, really big for the Aggies. Outstanding freshman year last year. Has kind of had his ups and downs this year.
And Burton responds for Nevada.
Wow, that was from the Nevada bench. Wow. And he does it so understatedly. I don't know if that's a word or not, but not real flashy. He just makes the ball go. Oh,
Marcel Davis to Medlin. Got the Wolfpack flat-footed defensively.
Marcel Davis, the American Fork Utah native, has contributed in a huge way here in the last 5 minutes.
Burton, same spot with that 3 different results. Aggie ball. Now Stu Morrow says, hey, let's milk that shot clock perhaps a little bit.
And they will. They have a kind of a false motion here. Makes it look like they're trying to score, and really all they're trying to do is run the clock and watch him go to this ball screen kind of at the end of the shot clock.
Medlin will kick it out, and then Davis. The shot clock at 12, and again the Aggies taking their time. Davis to Davis, and he got fouled. He got hit hard by Stevens. And we've got a break in the action. Second half belonging to the home team, to Utah State. How about Marcellus to Medlin? Wide open backdoor cut. We'll come back to Logan, Utah in just a moment. Stay with us. Let's get to our Subaru all-wheel drive of the game, brought to you by Subaru, and this one tonight, Joe, belonging to Spencer Butterfield.
Well, the star of stars tonight, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 7 of 8 from the field, and he has just done it all. I just love the heart this kid plays with and enthusiasm. You just love to coach kids that way.
Loves to play, and you love to coach a guy like that for sure. Just the way he plays, the energy, the reaction, the emotion, fun guy to watch. Spencer Butterfield, another double-double tonight. And again, he's just 6'3" with those 11 rebounds.
You know, and it's crazy how recruiting goes. He was just begging the Aggie staff to let him come here. Nah, we can't take you this year. And finally, kind of like an old stray dog, he shows up on their doorstep, and they said, yeah, we'll let you play. Pretty good decision, I'd say.
Kyle Davis, another free throw attempt. We'll get that. 11-point game. 1-point game at halftime. The Aggies rallied to take the lead at half.
The guy's been a huge contributor this half, and he didn't even play last game as Marcel Davis, the sophomore point guard. Couple assists, couple baskets, played great defense.
Perez a little step back, and he banks it in.
Watch the Wolfpack go to sell-out full-court press here and trying to trap the ball.
Handled nicely by Utah State. Butterfield going to try that 3. Huge hoop.
Boy, is he feeling it tonight. He caught that in rhythm. As a coach, you'd like to run a little more clock there, but he was so confident on that. And the difference between that being a good shot and a bad shot is he made it.
20 for him, and that's a hoop and harm for Burton. He'll get a free throw here.
He loves getting left, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He is probably more effective going to the basket to his left than he is to his right. That little teardrop shot he made just there, a little runner, he'll get a chance at the NBA. That will serve him well. That is a very, that translates very well to the next level.
Well, not a lot of NBA point guards have mastered that.
No.
There's that backcourt pressure again. Marcel Davis had a heck of a game off the bench like Coach talked about. And there's a near steal. Coleman's got it, and he'll lay it up and in.
Well, they need to get the ball reversed once they get it there and not bring it up the same side that the ball came in on and move that defense a little bit.
And another steal for the Wolfpack. That's a foul before the pass. 2 minutes to go, and stranger things have happened. A 7-point advantage.
Well as Utah State has executed at half court, they've kind of shot themselves in the foot in this last 2 possessions. It's kind of a 3-quarter court trap Nevada is in, and they're not trapping the ball immediately. They're kind of waiting until it gets around half court. Marcel Davis has not done a great job of running his club as their point guard.
The team by 20, trying to add on. He can't do it, but a rebound offensively. But Shaw comes up with the ball. Well, that's a big turnover.
Big turnover.
Could have cut it to 5 instead. A 7-point game, and the Aggies with the ball. Minute 45 left.
Now they definitely need to run a little bit of clock here.
And the man defense, Medlin working on Huff. And that's going to be a foul. Just a little touch on the hand by Huff with Medlin. So Medlin to the free throw line.
Stu Morrill showing 2 fists on the sideline. I think that is the call for his half-court zone. They're going to make Nevada beat him from the outside and try to keep Burton from penetrating like he does so well. I've played against Stu so much that I feel like I know his calls as well as his assistants do. I've not beat him very many times.
Didn't expect Medlin to miss a free throw there. Lead to 9, minute and a half left.
And that's exactly what they're in, their little half-court matchup.
Oh, Huff really forced that. It's an air ball, but an offensive rebound, and a basket and a foul. Wolfpack keeping it interesting anyway.
All right, now the Aggies have to do a great job of handling this press. A.J. West at the line. Now, I would assume they'll press, make or miss here. A.J. West only a 42% free throw shooter.
He got a shooter's roll on that one, though. He get the 3-point play.
Let's see if the Aggies inbound it, get the ball reversed, and come up the sideline. They kept the ball on the same side. Let's see if Rowland brings it up, now reverses it. There you go.
Oh, a little more experience that point guard spot. Gets it safely in the front court.
Good patience that time. I thought they rushed themselves through their press attack the first 2 times they got pressed.
And Tanail Rowland will go to the free throw line. By Evans.
Utah will stay in that 2-3 matchup. And the only liability of that is they don't rebound. No one rebounds as well in zone as you do man-to-man, as was evident that last long jump shot by Nevada, which is exactly what you want them to do, is to take a bad shot, a bad long shot, but then Utah State could not corral the rebound.
Tanail Rowland, a former junior college All-American, senior, and he got the second. Only 58% from the line, but got 2 there. 6-point affair. Minute 5 to go. Burton got past a couple of defenders, and he got the basket. Wow.
The very reason the Aggies got back into that zone didn't seem to matter to Burton, as he once again got left, went up off of 2 feet, and finished. One of the great finishers in college basketball.
It's an 8-point game, and now a 6-point game with that hoop. And let's look at those Mountain West Conference standings. You got San Diego State, 19-1 overall, undefeated in the conference in Mexico. And here's that surprise team we're seeing tonight, Joe. Nevada at 7-2.
If UNLV, who was down 20 points in Fort Collins, as we check the scores, Nevada and UNLV will both drop. Wyoming, kind of the sleeper in this whole thing. Boise State having their next game is here at Utah State. They beat the Aggies in a very, very close game where the Aggies had the last shot of the game over in Boise, and the Broncos hung on.
Speaking of Boise, they have a 9-point lead late in the ballgame against San Diego State at home. Could be the Aztecs' first loss. Under a minute to go. Good maneuver by Medlin. He's triple teamed, and the ball lost, but got it back to Rowan, to Davis, to Shaw. Dunk!
Sometimes you're just plain old lucky where that ball bounces.
And Burton settles the crowd down by drawing the foul.
Fouls on Jared Shaw. His fourth. 10th team foul. DeAndre Burton at the line. Shooting 2.
Time now for the fast break of the game, brought to you by your Utah Toyota dealers. Let's go places.
Again, just a lucky bounce of the ball where it looked like Nevada had a chance to get a steal and cut it. And it bounced in the Aggies' hands. I'm not sure how you keep Deontay Burton out of the paint unless you just lasso him about half court and tackle him maybe. I don't know. Boy, he is as effective as anyone I've seen and just getting by guys.
Built like, reminds me a lot of
Me?
Jamal.
Sorry.
I was going to say Jamal Tinsley, but no,
okay,
you.
no.
I think more you than him.
I think my shoulder's a little bit bigger than his. I
probably so. You're a little thicker than he is.
In certain places, my body's right.
And a breakaway. Rowan. That's a brilliant.
Well, when you sell out to full court pressure, that you are very susceptible to that. Nice execution by the Aggies.
Coleman with the low runner. No foul there. 31 seconds to go.
Now they've got a foul immediately.
Butterfield will throw it front court. Kyle Davis to Shaw again. And he is fouled by Perez. Wrapped up, he had to do it.
Perez, very lucky he didn't get an intentional foul there. I think the official's kind of playing the game here.
And a great night for Jared Shaw. 15 points, 13 rebounds. He's only shot 2 free throws. He's 84%. He's 1 for 2 tonight.
Got off to a little bit of slow start. Remember, he was the focal point of the Nevada defense. They came to double every catch. Credit Stu Morrill and his staff of countering that with the way they would split Davis to the basket. And the big fella Shaw still having an outstanding game.
Look at those 2 free throws. Just 25 seconds left. Utah State's going to stop that 5-game losing streak. Perez at 3 was blocked. And a foul with 16 seconds to go.
Fouls on number 13, Cole Huff. His fourth.
Fourth foul on Cole Huff. A 9-point Utah State lead. And this one is well over. Medlin's had a nice night tonight. 13 for Medlin. He's done all of his damage in the second half.
Yeah, not a point in the first half. 3 made threes, I believe, hasn't he, this second half. 1 coming off an in and out of bounds play that Stu Morrill set up for him, he and his staff. You knew this kid wasn't going to go too many weeks without finding that shooter's touch. I think he moved up to 5th tonight on the all-time 3-point shots made here at Utah State. And believe me, there's been some great shooters over the years play here at Utah State. Already a member of the 1,000-point club, and that's after missing 16 games last year.
Mentioned earlier, broke his wrist last January, one of a number of injuries for Utah State. They started 14-1 a year ago and tailed off after the injuries, and Medlin was the key. Missed a free throw, might be the final possession of the ball game. Huff will take a 3. Huff and Shaw with a jump ball, 6 seconds left.
Nevada's ball in the alternating possession. And not the sellout crowd I've seen here in this arena. Again, inclement weather, but an awful vocal crowd.
Basketball, double line.
And there it is. Dribble out the clock, and Utah State with that victory.